Okay, so the next subject is I wanted to watch a trailer for a game called Silent Hill F, and then we'll discuss it afterwards.
Hmm.
Here we go. Can you guys hear this?
Yeah.
Let me look at the thing.
シュウ君、嘘ついてるよね。騙せてると思う？なんだよ。ひな子はお友達といつたい？お友達は永遠じゃないのよ。彼らだっていつか必ずあなたを裏切る。あなたが裏切り者と呼ばれたように。ひな子？あ、ごめん。何？天秤にかける価値があるかどうか、しっかりと判断しなさい。ひな子、いつまでここにいる気なの？
自分でもおかしいと思うの。自分で自分がわからない感じ。自分の気持ちが自分で理解できない。私かお前の夢の中ってことはないよな。
ひな子、もう時間がないのよ。あなたが生かされたということは、ここにあなたがそれに悩める時間もう尽きかけている。
あなたは誰なの？さっきからなんで何もわからないふりをしているの？私はね、あんたをすぐに殺すこともできたんだよ。全部奪ったな。全部私から奪ったな。
All right.
それではお別れを。あなたが幸せをつかんでくれることを願っています。
Ooh. Okay, what you guys think of that?
Yeah, definitely looks interesting.
Now, from what I can remember, the original Silent Hill is the one. It was the one about the town that had like it was like constantly burning or something like that, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or am I thinking of a different game?
It's in
You're
there.
thinking of the right game.
Oh, okay. Yeah, because I remember when I saw this, I was like, that's what it made me think of. I was like, I wonder how they're going to implement that. But I guess this is a totally different lore. One thing that I think is interesting about this is that they made the characters actually look Japanese rather than like anime characters. So it has like a realistic. I would say it looks good. It's a good looking game.
Silent Hill has always been more realistic. It's more the more realistic horror games because I'm like, yeah, it's always been that kind of style ever since back in the olden days, and I think it was on PS1. It took more realistic approach.
You're the game meister, Carbon. So tell us more about what you think about this.
It definitely seems like it's gonna be an interesting game. Definitely taking place in different time period. Kind of most of the time you're like inside of like a mansion. I don't like it's still be kind of like an old time period mansion. Most time it takes place in mansions. Most of the time. And I mean, I never personally played Silent Hill, but I watched people play it. You know, it's definitely one of the more scary horror games you can play even in the modern day. You know, because got to a point. I know I was just going off top a little bit, but it's like people ever since 2016, people kind of said horror's been like kidified. But I'm like, with games like Silent Hill, you can't really say that, you know?
Like kidified, like they make it too jokey.
No, it's like the characters are more stylized, and they make stylized horror games, and people are like, like Five Nights at Freddy's. Remember we saw that post in the movies, like, what the world is Five Nights at Freddy's? That's technically a horror thing, you know?
Well, he could be referring to how Resident Evil has gone off the wall until they had to like get a reality check out of Resident Evil 6, because Resident Evil 6 was like just bananas. You're at like, what was it? Or Carbon, was it Resident Evil 4 where he was punching a boulder? No, it was Resident Evil 5. He was like, the main character was punching a boulder up a hill. I'm like, okay.
You said he was punching a boulder?
That's not what I'm referring to. It's just like horror games have changed in general. Like the more popular horror games are like super stylized, right? And some people can't take that seriously, so they'll be like, now they kidified it, you know?
Oh, I see.
In comparison to there was a time period where horror games, they all look realistic, right? Until about 2016, there was a big shift between what, you know, defined a horror game, you know, because up to that point, it was usually more on the realistic side what would be considered a horror game. It had to be somewhat realistic, and it's depiction, right? But the characters look somewhat realistic, the blood and everything's realistic, the monsters look like they could exist in the real world, you know, stuff like that.
Yeah, I mean, this one definitely looks realistic.
Yeah, cool. It definitely does. Yeah, it definitely does.
I guess when I think of like, what's that one game you were talking about, Friday Night with Freddy's?
Yeah, Five Nights at Freddy's. Yeah.
It seems like that's something that's created more for younger audiences, though, so it probably wouldn't have as much of a.
I mean, yeah, but it has still a big adult following when it comes to that kind of games.
When I saw it, I just didn't get it. Like, I didn't get it. Like, what exactly is the gameplay?
I mean, you're supposed to look at security cameras and make sure the animatronics don't get to you. I mean, it's something I technically grew up with, so I mean, that might be kind of reason why some adults are into it. But it's like,
I mean,
you didn't really explain it. You're supposed to look at the security cameras and do what?
you stop you like lock all the doors and stop because what they'll try to do is they'll try to kill you, right? Because at night they don't want humans around them, so they'll try to come kill you. They'll try to run up into the security room. You're a security officer, right? And you can lock off different doors and whatnot, you know. And they try to run to you, try to lock off different doors. They'll try to juke around that door. And you have to lock off certain areas, so they just run back, you know, because eventually they have to go back to their original area where they were standing at.
So, was it like a runaway AI type of thing?
No, there's like little like souls in the suit. Like, I mean, a little bit of a rundown of the story. There was like he's not necessarily crazy, but I mean, he kind of killed kids and then stuffed them in the suits.
Jeez.
I mean, the lore of the story is pretty crazy, you know.
Yeah, maybe this wasn't for kids. Maybe you guys should have been.
I mean, it's the thing is, these stories aren't meant for kids. It's just because it has more of a stylistic appearance that
the kids
kind of a lot of people who can't take. Is the people who grew up kind of on Resident Evil, right? When they look at Five Nights at Freddy's, like, what the world is this? How is this even competing? How is this more popular than my Silent Hill? You know, that's kind of how they feel, you know. Because that for such a long time was just the dominant genre of horror. It was like it had to be somewhat realistic. You know, you're gonna usually put in some dark, gritty, disgusting area. You know, and you know,
I think it's kind of like I don't mind something being stylistic so long as, you know, it fits whatever it is, you know, mood or story you're trying to tell. I don't mind that at all. I don't get what the controversy is over that.
I mean, it's just how it's been. Like, some of those people in that crowd would say ever since 2016, you know, horror games have been ruined to some degree. I'm like, that's not true. There's still plenty of realistic horror games that come out. You know. Yeah. It's just they gotta compete much more, you know.
Lucid Studio.